what's going on? It's Graham, the Guerrilla Gamer. I wanted to do a Christmas video that kind of showcased some games that I played to get myself into the Christmas spirit or the holiday spirit. And maybe share a couple stories with you on things that I got when I was a kid growing up that kind of shows how much of a video game fan I was from age 4 on up to almost 40 now. Damn, getting old, man. But anyway, in 1982, my dad took me to Wilcor, and he asked me anything I wanted in the store. I wanted an Atari because I had one set up there, and I can remember Pac-Man was on there, and there was a line. There was a line for this, and I can remember getting in line and finally getting to play it, and I wanted one. So that Christmas of 1982, I got an Atari 2600, and this is the one. This is the box. No, it's not the box. I wish I had that one. That one was a heavy sixer. This one, just kind of shows what they look like. But I got this for Christmas, and I was blown away because also I got a big stack of games with them too, and they were ones that I picked out. So Santa hooked me up that year, and the first one I opened was Pitfall. Man, what a great game. Anytime I play this, it always reminds me of the Christmas, the whole Christmas time. Even though it has nothing to do with Christmas at all. Then I've opened them up, and this is all I got for Christmas that year. I was 5. I got Berserk. Oh man, amazing game. Then I got Combat, but I got this one, the ugly version, not the cool graphic version. But I remember getting Combat, and believe it or not, that game probably was played the most that whole Christmas. And then I got, of course, your other staples, because these were in the arcades at the time. And that was the wonky, clunky Pac-Man. I can remember playing this then and really not digging it. Oh God, I can remember that. Just the horrible noises, and it just was not a good port. This Donkey Kong was a better port, and it was ugly. But back then, I loved it. All of us played this one too. Great game. And then, of course, Frogger. This one was probably played all night by my dad and his buddies. They were drinking beer and all that good stuff and playing Frogger. I can remember that. Then years went by, and people are so up in arms about this Nintendo Mini, and they're, shocked that Nintendo's not meeting supply and demand. Well, let me tell you, the fall of, 1988, Super Mario Bros. 2 and The Legend of Zelda 2 came out a little after. But you couldn't find them. And then the Christmas season came, and they were nowhere to be found. And it was, again, parents were fighting to get these things because that's all their kids wanted was Super Mario Bros. 2 or Legend of Zelda 2. Well, I got them Christmas morning, and my parents went through. They had to drive to like 3 different towns, 3 different cities to get these things for me. So in 1988, I woke up and I got these games, and I was so happy. These ones still remind me of Christmas to this day. But it's not a new thing. Nintendo has been doing this since 1988, at least, as far as I know, not meeting the supply and demand of their consumers. It's nothing new. They've been pulling that old trick for a long time, so hopefully you'll get an S-Mini for those who want it. Those who don't, sorry, but it's the way Nintendo rolls. You'll get one eventually. Now, these are some games that remind me of this whole Christmas time period. In one way or another. You may not agree with them, but this is my list. These are my games that take me back. And I play them every year, starting from December 1st and on. So let's get started with those. First off, it's not a great game, but it is a Christmas time movie, and there's not a whole lot of them for the Super Nintendo for me, but one that I did rent back in the day was Home Alone 2, Escape from New York, and it does have that Christmas vibe to it. Whether you'll love the game or hate it, it doesn't matter. If you can get the ROM for it or find it for cheap, it's a fun little game to get you into the spirit. And pretty much just like any Mario game, because every Mario game has that winter level, you know, the snow level, that kind of, and everybody always got Mario's for Christmas. That's what they wanted. So Super Mario World is this one is a staple that kids got for Christmas. I mean, and it made people's Christmases. It made mine. I could remember, again, spending all day not wanting to leave to go with my family, go to my cousin's house, who I never seen except on Thanksgiving and Christmas. I wanted to stay home and play Super Mario World. This was it. This was it. Same thing a few years later, whenever, Super Mario 64 came out. I mean, I look at the cover and it has nothing to do with Christmas on it, but it just screams Christmas. I mean, it just screams it. Great game, and it definitely takes me back to getting this game for Christmas. Now, this one, Home Alone, definitely can get you in the mood. It's not that different from the Home Alone on the Nintendo, but it does get a little more in depth in how Kevin gets away from the bad guys, you know, the two burglars and everything. And this does scream Christmas. Everything about it, the town all the neighborhood is all decorated in Christmas lights, and it's all snowy and everything. So this is another good one to get you in the mood. Then, of course, Die Hard Trilogy and Die Hard Trilogy 2. A lot of people would say, why, that's not Christmas related. Well, maybe not, but in this, it is very Christmas related, especially in Die Hard Trilogy for the Sega Saturn. It has, Christmas trees, Christmas lights, everything you need for the atmosphere in the Nakatomi building, while John McClane is trying to, kill all the bad, what were they, Germans? All the bad guys, anyway. But this one it has a very special place in my heart because I think it's a Christmas movie. Granted, not your orthodox Christmas movie, but still, I like to watch this one around around Christmas time, and this game pretty much encapsulates it. I highly recommend this one. And believe it or not, Batman Arkham Origins. This game takes place right during the holiday seasons. Right through December. A lot of your missions it's snowy, there's Christmas trees everywhere. It's an excellent game too. But this is another one, Batman Arkham Origins. And again, what would Christmas be without Mario? This is Super Mario Brothers Wii. And again, a lot of the levels, the ice levels, a lot of these, and just getting it on Christmas make this game very nostalgic for a lot of people. And it's one of the best 4-player Mario experiences you can get. So, highly recommend Super Mario Brothers Wii. And then I don't know if you've ever played these games, Outlaw Golf. Has nothing to do with Christmas, but they came out with an edition that's Outlaw Golf 9 More Holes of Christmas. And it expands on the Christmas part in this one, but this one is all Christmas. And it's definitely will get you in the mood. And it's multiplayer, so again, your family can sit around and watch and play and have a good old Christmas time. Especially get some eggnog for Aunt Edna. She loves it. Aunt Edna loves her cigars, and she loves her eggnog. And then lastly, for the PlayStation 2, I've got Polar Express. Even if you've never seen this movie, it's all Christmas related, and it's cute. It's fun to play with your kids. Even if you don't have kids, it's also just fun to play. It's a platforming adventure where you're a kid trying to make it to Santa Claus. Riding the Polar Express train. Very cool game. I was playing it with my kids. I loved it. I got to be honest with you. So these are it. These are the ones that for this week. I'm going to be coming at you for 3 more weeks because I'm doing 4 weeks of Christmas. Games that are obscure that you might not think of when you think of Christmas. And I'm also going to be throwing the random story in here and there about things I got when I was a kid on Christmas. Anyway, guys, we'll see you next time. Late.